Good morning to everybody. Saturday, the 17th of October, and this is to introduce your very own channel. It's the channel of all viewers, shop owners, and attraction owners, etc. of Blackpool. I have enjoyed myself again this week putting all these little clips together, and all I can do now is that most viewers will enjoy them. Thank you for what you have done for this channel. And as you can see, we are just by the central pier opposite Madame Tussauds. And I'll just take you to the water's edge here to show you the calm Irish Sea. And again, thanks to everybody. I'm going to start this week's video off for you now. Do hope you enjoy. Thank you ever so much. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye. A warm welcome to everybody on this Tuesday morning. This is our first video of the week, and it is from the side looking on to the Wilco building. I hope to give a full tour from here this morning. We are now at the front, and just show you again that very nice looking blue security panelling goes right along the front here. At the moment there is nothing going on because they're all having a tea break, so I can come down here outside as there's no particles flying about in the air. They're all on their necessary tea break. A view from the Queen Street area looking onto the front of the building and the road in very bright sunshine. Walking along the Queen Street area now, and there's a little gap here in the security fencing, so I can show you a view from here. That view wasn't very good. This one may be better. In fact, yes, I think it is. It's just a few paces up from the previous one, but I think this will show everything much more clearer. Robertson, who are the main contractors here, are also on social media. Here's their sign there. Now we are approaching rapidly the porter cabins and the security office. Now you might like to know that this security company is responsible for taking all the temperature of all the contractors here each and every day. That's one of their duties here. Thanks to the workings of those three-way traffic signals, I can bring you views now of the rear and the side which runs into Talbot Road. Hopefully in front now you can see a couple of stacks and piles. They're right in front of you. Well, I've just been told, they are called props. More support for this area here. With this view, and again an explanation of the fact that the Wilco footings are lower than the road and pavement areas here. That is why maximum support is needed, and as you can see, some more right in front of you. And this will end our visit today to the Wilco store. On my way down to the Premier Inn, this long, large lorry passed me, and it has stopped right outside the front of the Premier Inn. Well, it had to, as it contains more of those pavement tiles. These tiles are needed round the rear, not for the front, but they will be saved here. The driver of this lorry and many other lorries like it that has appeared at this site. They are also responsible for taking all the goods off from it, and I think we can, in a few seconds' time, see this driver actually take away all those pavement tiles. They're all nicely stacked up in packages. Yes, there we are, the first lift of those pavement tiles. You may like to know that this lorry will return 4 more times during this day of this Tuesday with more and more of those pavement tiles. Just have time to show you this, a view running down the back of the building here and returning to the side elevation to show you what's going on, and then right back to the rear. Halfway up the back now, and I can show you a team of 3 contractors working together, preparing this ground for those pavement tiles. And it is from here, with this view, we close our visit today to the Premier Inn. The gymnasium of Brian Rose, and again it has rescued me this drizzly morning. I will take you to our viewing window. And looking out of that window, you are now looking at all the excavators at work, munching and crunching their way ever so deep into this Wilco store. Marvellous progress. This angle does not do their work justice. I will find better ones at the end of this week, I'm sure. They're chewing their way into this building. No trouble at all whatsoever. We are outside now, and this is being filmed from the Talbot Road side, looking towards the front. And hopefully it just allows you more of a sense as how deep the excavators have crunched their way into the store. There was a huge entrance here once. That is now long gone. We are at the rear now. Now you may find these 2 clips very interesting. I did. Now firstly, I am perfectly safe due to that 3-way traffic light system. Look how deep those 2 contractors are to our left. All this will have to be filled in. Now if I've heard it right, this procedure is called capping. That hole will be filled and concrete poured on top. This will totally strengthen the area. This is a view from the Queen Street area. I'll just quickly show you the road where the traffic is now operating on both sides. Just take you back to the building, and this will end our visit today to the Wilco store. The front of the Premier Inn, showing all those lovely new pavement tiles. And since leaving our previous venue, autumn sunshine has appeared. We will start our walk now along the front, and the camcorder will be kept at ground level because that's where everything is happening. Look at all those pavement tiles waiting to be laid. And we're just passing now on the left. That's the entrance of the restaurant. I'll just show you it there. That's the entrance to the restaurant. And now we're rapidly approaching the side elevation of the Premier Inn. And we're in for a surprise here, I can tell you that, because the pavement tiles now, look at the progress that has been made. They go right the way round now, the side elevation. I'd like you to know I'm perfectly safe in filming this. There we are, I'll just show you the canopy and the entrance there, or exit, I'm told, to the restaurant. And please again notice the marvellous progress of pavement tiles that have been laid, because we're right round past the side elevation and now we have a view of the rear. And there's that balcony there. We are now at the end of the rear of the Premier Inn, and I'm just going to show you this. Above that charity shop is where the site manager has worked from, and all the clerks up there. The Barnfield Construction Office. A lorry has just arrived. It's carrying concrete. And there's the marshals there. They will guide the driver safely into this build. Much needed concrete. Well, there would be, laying all those pavement tiles, etc. And with this view of this special mix of concrete, this closes our visit to the Premier Inn. The huge frontal area of the Winter Gardens, and we have a very big white mobile crane in operation here, and all the scaffolding there. Repair work is needed for the brickwork here. That is why you can see the arm of this mobile crane at full length, taking up all the scaffold for them. Now we've just gone about 50 yards around the corner and we're slap bang in front of the conference centre. And we can see here this lift. On that lift on the platform, a contractor is operating this unit. Now this is all from Area 1 of the conference centre. Just a quick visit here, as it's literally just around the corner from where we have left the Winter Gardens. And now we leave this site and progress to our next one. I will quickly add that Area 2 and Area 3 offers no real possibility of anything interesting. So we're going to progress now to our next venue. Now that is where we have just left. That's the Winter Gardens, the conference centre down that road there. And now this is an area that is known as Cedar Square. Lots of cafes here, all very nice ones as well. And as you can see, bags of seating areas. Now, when I get past these trees, I would just like to show you this and the purpose of bringing you here. In front is the old Cedar Tavern pub. As you can see now, it's completely covered up with scaffold. So work has started here. I'm not certain what's happening. It's obviously, hopefully, a refurbishment. But this, looking at the Cedar Tavern, Cedar Square. A very well known Blackpool street artist. This is Suburban Eskimo and his crow. Now, to see more of Suburban Eskimo, they have their own website and also YouTube channel. Just type in Suburban Eskimo. Thank you. Thank you, Bella. A very good afternoon. Now, today we have an invite from Patrick in his railway shop. He has new stock and we're invited to go and see it. So we're just going to go across the other side of the road to virtually the end of the parade of shops there. And that is the shop that we want, the one to the left of the treasure house. So we'll go across there, enter the shop and see Patrick.
Hello again, it's Patrick from Corky Collectibles, another episode. So to take you around today, we're going to have a look at a few of the larger models that I've just opened the boxes for, and just really to show you how the shop's coming on. It's fully stocked now. We're at a position where hopefully we'll be able to open more hours. Been on a bit of a buying spree, so there's sort of lots of buildings now that for people who are building layouts. Obviously lots of rolling stock, bits of track, again some nice buildings, and then some complete sets. These were here before. I've just spent the last sort of couple of weeks servicing all of the engines, stripping them down, oiling them, cleaning the wheels, making sure that they go around without struggling and without making too much noise. So they're all tickety-boo now. I think a lot of these things, especially something like the Hornby Doubler there, probably hasn't run for 50 years. So they all seem to be quite happy. Yep, so that's all going, as you can see. So we'll come over this way. The layout is fully completed now, as is this one. So we've got, as I say, lots of freshly serviced engines. So my passion for diesel electrics are now quite happy. Everything seems to be good. Another range over here is the lots of the little models that you might see on the layouts, with all the little cars and whatever else. So now we've got an extensive collection of models, covering mainly from the 50s and the 60s, some of them creeping into the 70s, but mainly from the 50s and the 60s. And certainly they're nice little models, very detailed, and again the traditional Corgi Collectics, or Corgi Classics, if you excuse the stutter. With a few over here, they did a range, what they call EFE exclusive first edition, which is quite appropriate with Fisherman's Friend for Fleetwood. But we have, they come as sets with all the advertising on them and everything else, and a bit of a story behind Fisherman's Friend and everything. So, and then over here, the sort of, if you're into your heavy haulage, then obviously we've got the really industrial items. Very heavy die cast this, it's quite a weight to pick it up, which is appropriate since it's carrying a heavy weight. And then we can see the lid there as well, so zooming in nicely. And then to its left we have the more, as I say, as you're aware, we sell traditional or original Dinky and Corgi, and these are and Matchbox. So these are a selection of models. I have many models in a private collection, but I've decided to put just a handful into the shop. So if I meet fellow collectors and there's a specific model that anybody's after, from anything from the era of the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, there's a strong possibility I may have it, especially in the Matchbox range. Something like 3,500 models now in my own collection, so somewhere in there might be one that people like. And then finally, it's the route master for all the bus fans out there, and buses are definitely a very popular line. People do like to collect buses, and there is a vast range of these things. This is what's called a Sunstar. These are precision models, so obviously they're not toys, and they wouldn't last very long if they were toys, but they are precision models, and basically they're a very good representation of a London bus. Probably late 50s, early 60s, although I guess we will all remember seeing them right the way up into the 80s, until London changed them into the modern route masters. There we go. And that's where we are at the moment at Corky Collectibles. So we are now fully stocked and hoping very soon to be open on a more regular basis. Obviously we're going out of season now, but Blackpool does remain busy, which is good, and hopefully it'll be a lot busier. And if anybody wants to drop in or give me a ring and just come and see the shop, then it would be my pleasure to meet them and take them round.
Thank you very, very much, Patrick. A marvellous tour.
Thank you.
You've done ever so well with everything that you've showed us. It looks very impressive indeed.
Thank you.
All the best in the world to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Patrick.
Bye-bye.
A very good morning to you. It is Saturday now, the 17th of October. So what we will be doing today is we will be going around our 3 sites to bring you exactly up to date of where everything is. Look at this, you can see right over from Talbot Road to Queen Street now. Look how deep the excavators have eaten their way into this Wilco store. There's a good angle there for you to see just how far work has progressed. At the moment, the excavators are not at work. However, there is a crew here for them, but at the moment they're on a little tea break. That's why I'm able to show you these views, because there's no particles in the air. Making our way up now against this side of Talbot Road, I would suggest to you that nearly half of the building is now already down. We have reached the top of that side now. There's that poster there that you've always seen. Just going to take you to see a view of Sainsbury's, just to make sure that you know where we are. Returning to the site itself. Thanks to that 3-way traffic control system, I can offer these views. A view running down the rear of this building. We have progressed now from the porter cabin area and the security office area. And I'm just going to show you this final view, which will today end our visit to this Wilco building. Now we must press on to our next venue. The Premier Inn, and oh yes, it is pretty in purple. Please have a look at this. On that white sandstone above the canopy, which protects the main entrance to the hotel, can you see that purple light that casts a shadow on that white sandstone? Well, isn't that very, very nice added attraction? Now during the day, that is as far as it goes up. In the evening, when it gets dark, that purple light will go right to the top of the building, showing itself against that marvellous white sandstone. Now moving down here, which is the entrance to the restaurant, we again see exactly the same thing. Remembering it's 11 o'clock in the morning now, that's as far as the light will be seen against the white sandstone. However, in the evening it will shine right to the top of this marvellous Premier Inn. We continue our walk now, and we're just approaching the side elevation. Now it is Saturday today. There is no outside work taking place. However, inside, that's a different matter. There's quite a few contractors working inside in the restaurant area. I'm just going to show you this canopy there. There we are, just to show you where we are. That's the canopy against the side elevation. And I can walk round here. I quickly add, I'm very, very safe and in no danger whatsoever. And there's a view running up the rear of this Premier Hotel. I'm just going to very carefully make sure that I can cross the road, which I can, and we'll start our walk up the rear of this Premier Inn. The same lighting applies to the rear as to the front. Please notice the purple light there. Now this will end our visit today to the Premier Inn. Blackpool's impressive looking conference centre. And this, our view from Area 1, will show you that there are no contractors here, either inside or outside, as it is a Saturday. The green hut contains the on-site security guard. They have security here 24 hours a day. And this view is from Area 3, because Area 2 is closed up. There's no work here taking place, so Area 2 is closed up. And these views running down the side and the front of this conference centre is being taken from Area 3. Just going to show you again the green hut where the security officer is at the moment, and that will end our visit today to this conference centre. Two fishermen here this morning. There's the central pier in the background. And that angler there, he has just cast it out. Just returning to the other two fishing rods. This angler would like to say hello to you.
Hi, hello. I'm in. Well, I'm not in my shop. I'm here fishing. My shop's Dillon's Convenience Stores on Coronation Street. Thank you very much. Please, you're all welcome to come and spend some money.